welcome back to another video with Wolf Trading Co. This is episode 1 of a new series called Trading with Beginners, where we aim to break down everything you need to know as a beginner to get started in the financial markets. In this video, we'll be covering currency pairs and everything you need to know. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe for more regular free content. So starting off, we'll be going over currency pairs and identifying strong versus weak currencies. So as you know, as traders, we are able to profit from the movement of currencies. So for example, USD JPY, we have a nice pump up here. So as traders, we'll be looking for buy positions, also known as long positions, or in this little dump off here, we'll be looking for sell positions, also known as short positions. So at the start of a trading day, what we tend to do, we look to identify the daily direction, and doing this allows us, if we do it across our whole watch list, we are able to identify which currencies are strong and which currencies are weak. So in this example, USD JPY, we can see that the USD is strong as it's having a nice pump up, and this isn't just on USD JPY, it's across other USD pairs. So for example, USD CHF. So obviously we have a nice pump up, but what this indicates to us here, that the Swiss franc is gaining strength against the US dollar. When it comes to the US dollar, one way we identify the strength of it is by looking at the DXY, or the US dollar currency index. What this shows us is basically the strength of the US dollar. So as we can see, over the last pretty much since like the start of the year, even longer, it is continuing to rise. Obviously we do have pullbacks in between, and this is on the day chart as well, so this identifies so from the 14th of July to the 12th of August, we did see a little fall down of the USD. But overall, the USD is kind of like the market leader. It runs the markets and it's the strongest currency. So by adding the DXY, or the US dollar currency index, to your charts, this will allow you to identify the strength of the US dollar. The next thing I have to talk about is correlations in the market. So what this means is, so our first correlation, what we'll go over, is the correlation between US 30, or the Dow Jones 30, and USD JPY. So as we can see, since the 7th of September till now, we've been having a nice run up on the US 30. And as you see, from the 7th September to now, we've been having a dump of USD JPY. So the correlation is, typically speaking, when the US 30 is rising, USD JPY tends to fall. Now this doesn't always play out, but when I do take a US 30 buy, for example, I would not be looking to buy USD JPY, as this goes against that correlation. The next correlation I have to talk about is the correlation between the Great British Pound and the US dollar. So the correlation is, typically speaking, when the dollar is rising, the pound falls. So since we are seeing the US dollar getting weaker here, because the pound's getting stronger, so this shows us like the US dollar is getting slightly weaker. So, not in this example, or actually, yeah, in this example, sorry, we can see the Australian dollar against the US dollar is much stronger, and this could be because the Great British Pound is getting stronger. Now, this doesn't always play out, but it is definitely a correlation to look out for. We do have a few more, which are the US oil against the CAD. So when US oil is rising, CAD typically seems to rise. And the correlation between metals and the Australian dollar. This one is also a good one. I wouldn't really look out for the US oil and CAD correlation, but as we can see, for example, with gold, we can see a nice run up. Now, if we look at AUD pairs, we have a nice fall. So this shows us when gold is getting stronger, the Australian dollar is also getting stronger. Because remember, it's GBP AUD. So when it's falling, this shows us that the Australian dollar is getting stronger. If this was AUD GBP, and then this would be rising because the Australian dollar is getting stronger. But as you're saying, this doesn't always play out, but it is one thing to definitely keep in mind when you're looking for trades. If you enjoyed it, remember, join our Telegram. Link will be in the description. Like, subscribe for more regular free content.